This is going to be a video reply for the internet user known as Thunderf00t, also called by some people Thunderf00t. I decided to make this video after I saw a Thunderf00t video.
I have a reputation for being a particularly humorless bastard when it comes to people bad-mouthing science, knowledge and education.
You cannot understand how amazed I was by this video.
And as such, when someone like yourself gets up in front of their 200 or so thousand subscribers...
Okay, this is new for me. I mean, Thunderf00t is for science and education.
I couldn't agree with you more. But you see, for an argument to be convincing, for an argument to be compelling, an argument must be cohesive, it must contain concise concepts. It must not contain diametrically opposed, internally inconsistent components.
Okay, you fool. Let me show you something. La histoire des croyances et des idées religieuses, le petit Larousse, Monumenta Historia d'Arco Romane, Martin Luther, Calvini, Thomas de Aquino, the Bible, the Quran, the Book of Mormons. Okay, this is how sometimes my desk would look like, especially when I am debating atheist. You see, there is a scientific discipline dealing with the study of religion and the history of religion.
Like this.
Oh, that is the history of religion and religious beliefs. Or the history of religion and religious ideas. That is something you would read if you would go to a university to study history. Okay, it was required to read this book for the history of religion in general, but there were other books for Islam or for the religion on the American continent. I see that you bought yourself a Bible, Thunderf00t, and that you give lessons, and of course not for free.
Right? Just having a physics textbook doesn't make you a physicist. It is your knowledge of what's in the book and your ability to apply that knowledge that makes you useful to society. And your idea that, well, facts are free, you can get them on Google, is bollocks.
You know what I wonder? If Thunderf00t could walk into a university and take a job, to teach the history of religion, or to study the religions in ancient Rome, or Egypt, or Greece, and just say to those people, I don't really know anything about religion, but I have this great YouTube channel you could check. You see, Thunderf00t, you don't have to go to a university to know that Christians follow the way of Christ and Jews follow Judaism. And again, you don't have to be an expert to see not even Jews follow those old rules.
So my purpose here is simple. It's to read Christians the description of God in the Bible and the actions of God in the Bible.
But to the educators of the world, I am here today to say that I disagree.
Dan, Proposition 1. Education is the most important thing in the world. There's no possible way we could live without it. Dan, Proposition 2. If the educators don't do what I want, we can live without them. The world doesn't need them. And to see if the God in the Bible matches the description of the God that you believe in and the God that you pray to. If the educators don't do what I want, we can live without them. The world doesn't need them.
That's right, Thunderf00t. The world doesn't need us. I mean, you have your Google and your Wikipedia. Why in the name of God somebody would need education.
If the educators don't do what I want, we can live without them. The world doesn't need them.
Yeah, that's right, Thunderf00t is right, you know. We should abandon all of our studies, burn all of our books, and just send all of our students to his channel, because you know what Thunderf00t knows. He knows everything about religion. Archaeology, the study of ancient inscriptions. I mean, why do we even do those things when we have Thunderf00t channel?
If the educators don't do what I want, we can live without them. The world doesn't need them.
Thunderf00t, you see, the study of religious beliefs or of one religion like Christianity or Islam or Buddhism or the history of that religion, it's science. You do it after a scientific method and you want a result that you could publish in a scientific newspaper, in a scientific journal.
Well, universities serve three roles. One, they do research, they discover the unknown. Right? Two, they educate people to discover the unknown. This is the next generation of research scientists. These are the PhDs. Right? And then they educate people to an undergraduate level, and these are people who then go out into industry and into society and perform the skilled jobs. Right?
God of the Bible does not approve of things like the Geneva Convention.
You're supposed to be a scientist, Thunderf00t. Because you see, if you pretend to be some kind of teacher and you teach people, let's say that, I don't know, a Buddhist drink blood, or Muslim, they eat their babies, or I don't know, something even more stupid. Christians follow the law of the Old Testament and not the law of Christ, then what you do, it's bad science. So basically you are lying to everyone, Thunderf00t. You are lying when you say you are some kind of teacher, some kind of scientist, and you are lying when you say you present us some kind of research. Okay? That's bad science. Oh, and education too.
But to the educators of the world, I am here today to say that I disagree.
Yeah, Thunderf00t, you disagree. You, one YouTube user, disagrees with the majority of scholars. Scholars who they wrote books about Christianity, who published studies about Christianity.
So I'm going to read to you from Deuteronomy 32.
And Thunderf00t is raising his fist to all the scholars who ever wrote about Christianity. They never understood anything anyway. And all the questions they ever leave, the same.
And to see if you advocate this sort of behavior.
So if anybody wants to study Christianity, we should just tell them that Christians follow the law of the Jews and that the book of Revelation is not about revelations. That's Thunderf00t logic. How could you not love Thunderf00t?
Nevertheless, I have a few things against you, because you allow that woman Jezebel, who calls herself prophetess, to teach and seduce my servants, to commit sexual immorality, and to eat things sacrificed to idols.
Okay, let's take just that and show you how ignorant you are. You see, in the Bible, the apostles decided that Christians should stay away from the meat sacrifice to idols and from blood. I could try to explain all that, but would take me too long, so it was just something forbidden. But the Roman emperors used this command to find out who was Christian and who was not. So I don't find anything funny here. Maybe you should be an atheist to find a murder funny. So to eat things sacrificed to idols represent an abomination.
In 303 AD, Emperor Diocletian issues an edict against all Christians that becomes known as the Great Persecution.
As soon as the persecution edict was issued, it unleashed what is virtually a culture of administrative cruelty.
The Great Persecution marks the beginning of what the Christians call the era of martyrs. Any Christian who proclaims his faith in public is subject to death.
And about the woman from the Apocalypse, most scholars believe that she represents an empire, a kingdom, an institution, something like that.